Hello Libra, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business and over 30,000 clients worldwide. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this video on your cycles for 2014, May and June of 2014. Now I've already done your major cycles for you in a video on the whole of 2014 for you Libra with the slower moving bodies of Jupiter and Saturn, and that's available through my website. But this one is looking at the faster moving bodies, the Sun, Mercury, Venus and Mars through the houses of your horoscope for May and June 2014. So you just sit back and relax Libra and enjoy the journey with me. Before I get into your cycles, just a little bit of information to help you to understand the way that it all works, the way that astrology works. I'm very happy to see that you are interested in the science of astrology, and this can be a basic introduction to esoteric understanding and the spiritual side of life. After all, if the planets do have impact in our life, it puts intelligence into the whole scheme of things, and it means that the planets are not just there as blobs of matter, as science says, that it can have no impact upon human life here on Earth, but they are the hands of the cosmic clock, some sort of a cosmic clock, and that there's intelligence behind the whole scheme of things, and that these planets move around in the houses of our horoscope and bring about, precipitate events and conditions in our life. So it's very important for you to get a little bit of a grounding on what I'm trying to convey to you here, because I'm really into the consciousness side of things and the impact that these planets have upon your consciousness. And I want to help you to understand that there's more to astrology than meets the eye, and to have you want to delve deeper into things like reincarnation, because that's all tied in with astrology, and also meditation, that's all tied in with astrology as well, because it deals with the subjective side of life. But just a little bit about the way that the planets work. We are all living in a space-time rule set. We are all creating all the events and conditions of our life. We have all the raw materials there to be able to create this with our attitudes and our beliefs, our thoughts and our feelings, and our decisions and our choices. Through those decisions and choices, we are then brought to the utilization of our three tools. Nobody has any different tools, and those tools are our desire, imagination and expectancy. What do we desire to happen? What do we expect to happen? And what do we imagine to happen? This is what will happen in our life. But this is what's happening, is that we are all having all of these thoughts and feelings all the time inside of ourselves on emotional and mental levels, and these are creating thought forms, and these thought forms are added to by repetition upon the same line of thinking. Life never works out for me, I'm a bad person, low self-esteem, problems with self-image, and so on and so forth. Shame and guilt and fear and anxiety and doubt and insecurity, and life is a financial struggle for me, and nothing ever works out for me. I'm unlovable. All these different ideas and thoughts that we have, and feelings and attitudes and beliefs that we have inside of ourselves, they are all creating these powerful thought forms, and these thought forms reside in our aura, and they are then triggered off into events and conditions that are in the likeness of those attitudes and beliefs and thoughts and feelings by the movement of the planets through the houses of our horoscope. So what I'm going to do is to tell you about the movements of the Sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars through the 2 months of May and June 2014, so that you get an idea of the type of influences that these planetary movements will have, but realise and appreciate that they are simply triggering off events that are incipient events there in your aura in the form of thought forms. That you are creating your own reality, and that all of these thought forms are coming to manifestation in life as conditions and events in your life according to laws that God and Goddess have put into place. So you just sit back and relax now and enjoy the journey with me as we go through the houses of your horoscope and the movements of these planets through those houses of your horoscope in May and June 2014 for you. What I'm going to do for you now, Libra, is I'm going to lay things out on a timeline for you, so that I'm going to tell you what the influences are with what the location of these bodies are, the Sun, Mercury, Venus and Mars at the beginning of May, and those bodies will remain in that sign or in that house of your horoscope until I give you another date regarding that particular body, and that change will occur from there on. So it's on a timeline, and that makes it easier for you to follow. So you just sit back and relax now, Libra, and we'll have some fun together, eh? Now, starting off the month of May, on the 1st of May, you've got the Sun in the 8th house of your horoscope. That sees a focus upon the deeper mysteries of life, focus upon joint finances, matters relating to finances that you share with partners and things like that. And it sees a focus upon the mysteries of life, a lot more introspective and reflective. Mercury is also in the 8th house of your horoscope, so there would be quite a lot of communication revolving around joint finances and communications about the deeper mysteries of life, a lot more introspection and reflection, desiring to bring about change within yourself, starting off the month. Venus is in the 6th house of your horoscope, Libra, and so that sees a tendency over the following period to be more sociable with people that you work with. It's very good for job interviews, Libra, and it's very favourable for you for social activities and happiness with the people that you work with. Mars in the 1st house of your horoscope to start the month off with. It remains in the 1st house of your horoscope for the whole of the 2 months, but it is in a retrograde motion. Now, when Mars is in a retrograde motion, it'll bring a fair bit of stress to do with personal interest because Mars is in the 1st house of your horoscope. But when Mars is in a retrograde motion in the 1st house, it means that personal interests are always not working out the way that you want them to work out. It's as if you try your best to plan things out, but it just doesn't work out. Something from the past seems to interfere with it, or a tendency of your mind to go back onto past failures and to focus upon that instead of projecting your mind towards the future and your energies towards the future. Now, the first change in this timeline, Libra, is Venus moves into the 7th house of your horoscope on the 4th of May. So when Venus moves into the 7th house of your horoscope, you'll be wanting to get out and about with your partner and form relationships if you're not involved in a partnership. And it sees a tendency to want to get out and join the public more. So you'll be wanting to get out to restaurants and places of amusement. You'll be wanting to get out into shopping malls and things like that and enjoy time with the general public during that period. On the 8th of May, Libra, Mercury moves into the 9th house of your horoscope, so that starts a period where you'll be a lot more communicative with in-laws. There'll be a lot more communication about adult education and matters relating to adult education, and also philosophies and religious and spiritual inspirations and things like that. All these things become more part of your communicative interests and things like that during that particular time from there on. Now on the 21st of May, Libra, you got Mars is in the first house of your horoscope still. So there's a lot of extra energy there to do with personal initiatives and interests when Mars is in the first house of your horoscope, but it does go from retrograde to being direct. And that's very important because it means that the energies are now throwing themselves towards the future. So therefore, what's going to be happening is that you'll have a lot more energy to apply to your personal initiatives and self-initiated efforts, and you'll be projecting these energies now towards the future instead of worrying about past failures and past habit patterns and so on and so forth. So you'll have a lot more enthusiasm for your ideas in life from there on, and it's going to see a tendency for you perhaps to be a little bit impulsive and overconfident. So just be careful of that impulsiveness, and it can make you a little bit more assertive and dominant during that time as well. Now on the 22nd of May, Libra, the Sun moves into the 9th house of your horoscope. When the Sun is in the 9th house of your horoscope, which remains there then for 30 days, when the Sun is in the 9th house of your horoscope, Libra, it gives you a tendency to want to communicate more with people, in-laws, social activities revolving around in-laws, and people who are born overseas. And there's a lot more communications on spiritual matters and religious matters and things like that, and a lot more activity socially with people involved in adult education and religious and spiritual matters as well. Then on the 30th of May, Libra, Mercury moves into the 10th house of your horoscope and Venus moves into the 8th house of your horoscope. Now when Mercury moves into the 10th house of your horoscope, there's a lot more communication there with parents. There's a lot more communication with government departments, and a lot more busyness to do with the career and business side of things. So there'll be contracts and agreements perhaps entered into connected with the career or business, and a lot more travel, short journeys and things like that. A very busy time for you mentally in regard to career. Venus in the 8th house of your horoscope gives you a heightened sex drive, and it gives you a boost financially for joint finances that you share with your partner or spouse. It gives you a love of the mysteries of life, and it tends towards a great deal of interest in introspection and reflection about love matters. On the 8th of June, Libra, Mercury turns retrograde. It's in the 10th house of your horoscope still, but it starts going backwards. Now what that has a tendency to do when Mercury is going backwards, it means that all of your communications and all of your day-to-day busy activities are all going awry. They're just not working out the way that you want them to. And so there'll be a tendency to worry about things and be fearful about things to do with your career or business. Communications with government departments just don't go the right way, and so on and so forth. On the 18th of June, Libra, Mercury moves backwards into the 9th house of your horoscope, still in a retrograde motion, and so that'll bring a tendency to have a lot of problems from the past arising connected with in-laws, matters relating to religious and spiritual matters, matters relating to adult education and stuff like that. All gives you a little bit of a worry and a concern with a tendency to dwell in the past about those matters. And the 23rd of June, Libra, sees the Sun moving into the 10th house of your horoscope for 30 days, and that will see a tendency to more social activities revolving around parents and with people that you're in business with or in the career with. There'll be a boost for you. It's a good time for job interviews. It's a good time to expect your star to be rising, what you might say, for you to be in a high level of self-esteem for the next 30 days. And then the last one that we come to for you, Libra, is on the 24th of June, Venus moves into the 9th house of your horoscope, and that starts a period of about 30 days where there'll be a lot more social involvements with in-laws, a lot more social involvements with people from overseas. It's a good time for travel. It's a favourable time for you socially connected with all spiritual and philosophical matters as well. And that's as far as I go for you, Libra. Well, now that I've gone through those cycles for you, Libra, it's time now for you to perhaps take the next step forward in the evolution of your consciousness by getting involved in my intensives. And I'm happy to do your horoscope chart for you free of charge. All you got to do is visit my website, www.mysteryofsirius.com, and submit your birth details through your horoscope page. I'll send you your horoscope chart free of charge, and I'll also send you the link to all of my videos, YouTube videos, 100 videos there for your enjoyment, telling you all about what the planets in the houses mean, and planets in the cycles, and planets in aspect with each other, and planets in the signs and so forth. And also I'll send you the link to 12 CDs out of my first book, What Really Matters, on the science of astrology, meditation, and the law of reincarnation, so that you can understand more about the nature of reality and your place in that reality. So it's nice to have this opportunity to work further with you, Libra, and I look forward to working further with you still, should you decide to submit your birth details. Thank you.